Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cap Paranormal Files. You guys know what we do here. We dive into videos from across the web and decide whether or not they are fact or cap. We have KJ and Summer again this episode. What's up?
What up?
Last time we got into a handful of videos, but also some witch talk and different things like that. So hopefully we can dive into a little bit more of that as time goes on. But I know we're chopping at the bits for some paranormal videos, so let's just hop into this first one here.
Spooky. Let's go.
Toy Story.
We were messing around with my little sister's camera, and we just found something, like...
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Okay,
It's a normal Tuesday in October, around 6 p.m., when a young girl takes out a camera to record her new toy collection and talk about her day. What happens next is downright chilling.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my Skibbity toilet collection that I just got today. We went to a toy store and they had all of these things like this cameraman, these tiny little action figures, this big Skibbity toilet, and this one. And then I saw my friend the other day and we went on a walk. And we also got ice cream that day, and I'm having a lot of fun.
The girl looks up and seems frozen in fear as she stares at something that we can't see. She stares motionless for over 20 seconds and then gets up and hurries out of the room. The camera continues to record and captures something that seems to follow her. Later, the little girl's older sister, Charity Lewis, is looking through the camera's footage and finds this strange recording completely by accident. Charity shares the clip on Instagram and says that before viewing this video, she had no idea that her little sister had experienced anything strange. To this day, the recording remains a mystery.
Thoughts?
Tell me why.
But I don't know I mean, hopefully, I hope it was paranormal for the little girl's sake.
Yeah. But also tell me why I kept my eyes on that fucking Raggedy
I was
Ann in the
looking
back
at
that
her the
whole
whole
fucking
time.
time.
I thought it was for sure gonna be that.
It was titled Toy Story, so I was
Yeah, I was like, Annabelle doll? Okay, let's
exactly.
go.
I thought the toy was gonna move the whole time. I was like, the toy's head's gonna move. That's what's gonna happen. But like,
Also, not the Skibbity toilet stuff. Oh my god.
I know. I saw that and I'm like, wow, we live in a world now where Skibbity toilet is really that popular.
Yeah.
what?
That was-
I didn't even see that part.
It was a
The
very
Skibbity toilet doll that she had in her hand.
Oh, that's what that was. I was
Yeah.
like, that thing's scary looking. I hate it.
Skibbity toilet.
okay. So we got a pause on just a black mush.
A black moosh.
I mean, that's
Could be a leg,
okay. Well,
maybe.
that's about as good of a pause as we're gonna get on something being in there. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got. I mean, it's just tough, right? Because we don't know the room layout. So, like, is there a way that there's? I mean, we see light right here. So, is someone walking across? Could there be someone outside, like a window, like maybe a lawn care guy or something like that, that maybe walked past the window and she didn't know who it was and it freaked her out. Maybe maybe whoever it was like looked in and saw her and like waved at her and then she like panicked and then he walked
I don't
past.
know. It looks too solid to just be like a shadow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It definitely fills up the hole.
But also, like, if someone's following her, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Some
don't think
shadow
she
man
was
trauma.
old enough to be faking it. She didn't seem to be faking it at the very least.
It also looks like it kind of walks like in slow motion when it goes across the screen. It's almost like there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
steps.
It looks like legs to me.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Yeah,
creepy
you can
one.
see like the bend in the knee almost.
It's creepier to me if it's not paranormal. I would rather it be paranormal. And
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
I think
Be
it,
paranormal for her sake.
I think if she didn't have the reaction, I would be like, well, maybe it's just something weird like a shadow or whatever. But she did completely like freeze up.
yeah, she looked scared.
The way that she froze almost reminds me of like an absent seizure.
Mm.
But then where she just gets up and runs out of the room, that makes me think that it's not. Because usually with like absent seizures, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to,
Especially
like,
when you
lay
come to.
down.
Yeah.
It's definitely a weird one. I mean, we're starting off with one that I'm on the fence
I'm
about.
stumped, Wes. I'm stumped.
Yeah, it's definitely not faked, but I'm not sure if it's paranormal.
I
Yeah.
think to some degree it's faked, but I think that hopefully paranormal for the little girl's sake.
Yeah. I'm in agreement there. All right, let's see what this next one's about.
On the housetop, an urban explorer checks out a group of small abandoned buildings in the middle of nowhere, deep in the woods of Poland. Eventually, it gets too
Okay.
dark to explore, and he decides to leave. But hanging
Not the
around till
Poland.
after dark seems to have been a terrible mistake. Someone can be seen chasing the now panicking urban explorer, and whoever it is seems to have come from right off the goddamn roof. The urban explorer runs off into the woods to escape, but whoever this strange person is now seems to be following him. Thankfully, the urban explorer makes it home safe and shares his footage on YouTube. A curious viewer points out just how pale the unknown stranger seems to be. Another viewer claims that they too have visited the abandoned buildings, and that they also saw this same creepy man. Either way, this strange guy swooping down from the roof to chase the urban explorer away is truly creepy, and it seems like something right out of a horror movie. Cave.
I mean, it's definitely creepy.
What in the wood, Voldemort?
Yeah, exactly. My reasoning for if it would be paranormal is after being flashed in the eyes by the flashlight so many times, they would have they would have had trouble seeing in the dark, and they have no light.
Yeah.
So like they're still keeping up with this person who is running away. So that's like
Wait,
my
go
only
back.
thing.
It looks like they have like a smaller little flashlight, maybe like a headlamp or something.
I
in
think
his
that's their
right hand. But it looks like it almost glows.
I don't know.
Right there.
Like it doesn't seem to be producing light. Even like the other
Yeah.
hand looks the same way when the camera
Oh
goes
yeah, you're right. I
away.
didn't put this.
I think the person's just really pale and reflecting. Also, I
Yeah.
kind of feel like anyone would look.
We could
like
totally
that in the
reenact
dark.
this video.
Yeah,
I'll be the
sure.
pale guy.
Yeah.
My biggest part for anytime I see videos like this, the thing that kills me the most for it being not staged is if you ever go out alone, A, you're being dumb going alone, but B, like
Go on.
if you legit have someone chasing you that you could fully see chasing you, you're not just gonna follow like a perfect path, right? You're just gonna get the fuck
Yeah.
out of there. So like they both follow the same exact path. And that always just seems so bullshit to me, because it's like if you really were getting chased and you're really actually scared,
You'd be booking that shit.
yeah, you're not going to just follow this perfectly carved out path. And if this person was really chasing you to catch you, he's also not going to follow the same exact path. Like, it's not, the movies got us thinking that that's how things work. In reality, like, you would just book it.
How'd you know how to do this? Oh, I saw it in a movie once.
Yeah.
Or if it's not Lord Voldemort, what kind of culty shit did he walk into on accident?
Yeah, I mean,
it could just be a squatter, honestly.
That's what I lean towards, is maybe a squatter, and because
like near the end of the video, you can see the guy, like you can see the gate in his walk when he's like walking to the side.
Yeah. Why is he on the roof though if he's squatting?
Yeah. That is interesting.
I lean
It's
more.
probably easier to get up on the roof than it
Maybe.
looks.
It
Yeah,
did
it
look
looks
very
slow.
low.
I mean, I do err on the side of it being just faked, and he has a buddy doing it. But I will tell
Yeah.
you guys this much: me and my friends had a weird experience with some cultish activity once. Yeah, we were
in Utah.
in Utah. So we were at God, what's the park name? So if I pull up Shadowlands of Utah, which has all the haunted locations, there's a park that supposedly has like this hiker ghost or this jogger ghost who got hit by a car or something, and apparently people see him jogging in like old 90s like clothes and stuff. We never saw him there, but we went up there one night, and it's like a canyon walk, and then out of the canyon, like where the parking lot is, there's a church, and then there's like a little park area, and there's like a an area where you can go have lunches and dinners, whatever it's called, and then there's a physical, toys and swings and stuff. So we roll up there, 1:00 in the morning, trying to go see if we can see this ghost or whatever. And there's a group of, I think it was 4, maybe 5 dudes in like crimson robes over in the like cafeteria area, like circled around. Now, us being kind of, we're out paranormal hunting, but we also like to get into some shenanigans, went over there and tried to bother them. And it gave me more of no. It gave me more like they were just like kids trying to be dumb. Cause like we went over there and like just basically like I think my buddy walked up, he's like, "Hey, so what are you guys doing?" And they just kind of acted like, "Get the hell out of here, man. Like, don't worry about what we're doing." And we harassed them long enough until they finally left, but it was still interesting. Like, that shit goes on. Whether or not it's people taking it serious or not is a different question, but maybe he ran into some sort of cult worship thing and they're all dressed up in white, and this is like the guy who bounces people out.
Yeah. Who knows? Ghost hunting with Wes? YouTube video? Ayo, let's go.
I mean, I've talked about it a lot. I actually was going to get a series going about a year ago. I was working on getting permits to go to some of these places that are actually haunted that, you have to either, break in to get into, or go, I mean, that's always a risk, right? Like, I don't,
special permission.
yeah, I don't want to be catching breaking and entering charges at 30. I mean, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's
Did you ever go to well, it's Brigham City, so probably not, but did you ever go to the old, like, Indian boarding schools before they tore them down?
Not before they tore them down, no.
Damn.
I wish.
It was so much fun.
That was on my list for a long time, but by the time we actually made it up there, it was already tore down.
We're gone. Damn, that sucks.
Sad day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe if I get
wish I could've
enough...
gone back.
I have a lot of people who would be interested in doing the series, and
Yeah.
I just don't... I don't have the equipment yet, so... But
Fair enough.
in the works at someday. We will definitely go ghost hunting.
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at this next video.
Urban explorer runs off into the floor, submerged in water, like something right out of a horror movie. Alex Cantrell from the YouTube channel Underground Explorers is invited to explore a cave on his friend's ranch in Texas. But the cave is partially submerged in water, making it very difficult to enter and explore. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that this video is not exactly anything paranormal, but it is very scary and 100% real. It's especially scary if you're even the slightest bit claustrophobic. Now, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, I want to stress, no one was seriously injured in this video. The following footage was recorded by a professional cave diver. Do not attempt to do this yourself. Alright, so Alex is joined by a few of his friends as they begin to explore the frightfully small cave.
Alright, who's got the oxygen meter? I don't see that. Look at this. We got an oxygen meter now? So people won't be mad at me? So what all does that show? Carbon monoxide?
Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, and low oxygen.
Cool.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah, so we got the Action Adventure twins here helping us out. Because you guys were like, Matt, check the oxygen. Oh, danger levels, huh?
Breathe on it a little bit.
Danger.
Danger.
And it's waterproof?
It is, but I don't think it's gonna work too well if like the little intakes get clogged with water.
It's gonna be hard to keep that thing out of the water.
Alright guys, we have made it out to the cave that's on the demolition ranch. Or off the ranch.
Hey, is it beeping already?
Well, see, I immediately dunked it underwater.
I told you.
So, you know, I don't think this is gonna give us the accurate... Probably not accurate.
Or the entire cave has bad air.
It might.
Get into it.
Already in it.
As they work their way deeper and deeper into the cave, the passageway becomes smaller and more claustrophobic. Eventually, there is barely even room to breathe above the murky water. This is when the exploration goes horribly wrong.
I love that they're saying this is intense.
Yeah.
That makes me
heard that yet.
That makes me feel good because I was scared in here. And I'm like, what if these things just come in and they're like, oh, it's a piece of cake. Let's climb it.
No, this is a little rough.
Yeah.
I feel the rope on my foot. So much water in my ears. Yeah, same. Oh man.
Water in my eyes.
Snorkel would be nice right about now. Yeah. I got so much water in my nose. Good times. Good times. What? Yeah, go look for him. Does it really go further? Is he under?
Oh, hell no, I'm not doing that.
I can just barely hear right here. So loud. Oh, wait here. Are you going, Jacob? Oh, you did
Alex's friend and fellow cave explorer Jacob is a little further ahead in a part of the cave that is so submerged that there's barely room to breathe. As he ducks under the murky water, Jacob becomes confused and panics, breathing in a mouthful of the dirty water. In a terrified frenzy, he tries to back out of the cave as fast as he can, but he slams into Alex, dragging him underwater too. Luckily, the two guys make it out safely, with only a few scratches to remind them of the terrifying incident. This video once again goes to show that sometimes people, even your own friends, can be much scarier and more dangerous than anything paranormal.
There's not a dollar amount you can pay me to go and do this shit.
No. Cave, like, stuff like that scares me so much. Like, think about if any of them stepped somewhere that was too deep, they would immediately have gone under, and they would have lost track of which way was up immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of those because, like, even though it freaks me out and I would never do it, I do like to, like, get that rush going a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I've just seen so many where they do go wrong, and I just...
That one, I don't remember where it was, but there was this one guy that they went diving, and he accidentally found himself upside down and couldn't move, and he ended up dying.
Yeah.
In the cave, and they ended up, like, closing that cave off.
And they do stuff like that. Like, it happens when people go, like, scuba diving. People lose track of which way is up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could not pay me enough.
Very scary stuff.
Yeah. Not paranormal, but I guess
still scary.
Yeah, definitely
Still scary.
Definitely in the
realm.
realm.
Maybe like stepped off of like a sandbank or something and then went under and panicked.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe what happened, but
I used to actually kind of struggle with claustrophobia a little bit, but not so much as I've gotten older. But shit like that, just I don't know. You like sends shivers down my spine thinking of being in water, floating, trying to get air. Like it's just horror movie vibes. I don't know. Okay, let's see what this one is.
Knock. Late one night, a group of friends decide to film themselves taking a spooky dare at a local school that is said to be haunted. The story goes that if you go around to the back of the school and knock on the nurse's office door, someone or something will knock back.
Go! Go! Just knock on it, not... No, go! Knock harder. Let him know. Let him...
A sudden loud scream sends the girls running in terror.
Let him...
Now, unfortunately, the original creator of this video has basically disappeared off the internet. So for now, whatever happened next remains a mystery. The thing in the tunnel.
I mean...
Okay, so being like a 12, 14-year-old girl, and I seen other 12, 14-year-old girls, I would have fucked with them hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
I was that girl.
Yeah. Also, I mean, they all seem actually scared, but it also seems like the voice doesn't sound the same sound quality as everyone else in the video. So it almost sounds like it was added later to me.
Yeah, that's a good catch. Yeah.
Like if you listen to it, it sounds too clear for a whisper.
Right.
True.
I do like videos like this because it makes me happy that people still haven't given up on like going out and doing like spooky shit.
Dumb stuff.
Yeah,
doing dumb shit. Yeah.
I do think in a roundabout way it is healthy to go get scared every once in a while. You know, harmless scare, right? Not like a real one.
Give
but...
you a heart attack and you're gonna die scare.
Yeah, a little
If you're heart
jump
attack
scare.
prone, maybe you don't.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Do those things.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh no, another tunnel. The thing in the tunnel.
Oh.
Nuke's Top 5 viewer Sophie reached out to us about a very creepy video that her friend Laura recorded in an...
What was that? Sorry?
I was gonna say it's gonna be the Turbo Granny from Dan to Dan.
Oh no!
God no!
Give me your weenie.
Abandoned railway tunnel in Hassel, Germany. The tunnel was built in 1890 and it was used extensively by German troops during World War II. So, while on a weekend trip, Laura checks out the historic old abandoned rail tunnel. She's recording with her phone when she captures what is maybe one of the weirdest clips I've ever seen. Check it out. Something pale and thin can be seen rising up from the tracks in front of Laura on what looks like a thin little arm. As for Laura, she gets one look at the disturbing thing and just turns and makes a run for it. Now, watching this clip over and over, I honestly have no idea what this is. It looks like maybe a hairless torso with two skinny arms, getting up in a very unnatural way. Maybe it's an animal, maybe it's a very weird looking person. I just don't know. So you tell me what you think this is.
Huh.
The skinwalker.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Because what the fuck makes that kind of movement?
I mean, the way it looks to me is like, it looks like someone, I mean, I know our cameras aren't on, so I can't really like show you, but it looks like if someone were like face down and they had their hands on the ground, so like their elbows are kind of behind them, like if you went down to the floor in a push-up and then they're like bending their arm to move it, but like why are they face down on the ground there?
But I mean, with that, kind of building off of that, with camera perspective, you can make it look like they don't have the rest of their body. Like, to me, that just
It looks like they're in a hole to me.
Yeah. It looks like there's a gap.
Like, it looks like there's a gap, and it looks like wherever the rest of the body is just out of like where we can see it.
But if we are looking arm wise, I mean,
elbow, arm,
very skinny.
Yeah. It definitely could just be someone who has created a little hidey hole that they're living in and they're not doing too well.
Yeah,
a little malnourished.
That's kind of my thought. I mean, that doesn't mean it can't be paranormal. It could be something worse.
Yeah, it could be
a skinwalker, Harry.
Yeah, it could be a weird little creature. I mean, okay, so from that like non-zoomed in thing, it almost has better camera quality. I don't want to miss it. Hold on.
I think there's fine.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh.
Yeah, because you can see it right there, just laying on the track.
Yeah, so I mean, that definitely could be like the hump of its back, like you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me, at least. Like, I think it's just a person that's down on their luck, but like, also...
Yeah. And like the tunnel is falling apart too, so...
I mean, it also doesn't look like they have any possessions anywhere next to them, which...
No, that we can see at least.
Like, it almost seems worse to me, like maybe they got attacked and someone left them there.
Oh. Way to go, Dark Summer.
Sorry. It's an abandoned tunnel. That's a great place to dump someone that you mugged and beat up.
Yeah. I mean,
true.
Looking at this from the farther angle, though, it does. I'm not just saying this to try and build tension for the video. Yeah. I don't know. It's
like it looks to me like their head is like slumped low, and we're looking at them from behind.
So you're saying
because
this
does look like their body, like if you were to like dig a hole and put your body in a hole, you have that like specific kind of curve that's happening now.
So you're talking this area right here would be like lower back
like
or
their lower back.
Yeah, we're looking at them from behind is what it looks like in my eye.
And then they're
if you look at
pushing.
like their left arm, when they move their right arm up, you can see their left arm kind of go back.
I'm just thinking though, like
natural, like human reaction.
It is, but they're also like, if I'm pushing myself up from that position, my arm's not going to go that high up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, doesn't that seem like a very not human-like angle? Like, even if you are pushing yourself all the way up, like my arm doesn't.
But at the same time, like you have, like, take into account like the perspective, like camera perspectives, because you could very well, like we could go very well like into a tunnel with a rail track and recreate this very easily. But it would just depend on the camera angle.
But I feel like I've definitely put my elbows that high up when trying to get out of like a swimming pool. Like,
well, no, but we're not. But that's not what I'm saying though. Is like when you're getting out of a swimming pool, you're reaching up above yourself. This person, wherever they're pushing the pressure, is pushing right aside from them. So we're expecting that arm to be that high up for it to be able to push on something that's level with the rest of their body. That doesn't seem.
It's just we can't tell. We also just can't tell how big that hole is. Like we don't know if like their whole body is down there. We don't know if it's just a weird perspective thing. It could be anything.
It's definitely creepy. I don't know.
It is creepy. I would run too.
Yeah, that person definitely did the right thing. I think they were going to look at a cool abandoned tunnel and they came across some shit.
Reaction, real. Death fact. Whatever the thing is on the ground, not sure.
Yeah, unclear. See what's next.
Oh, you tell me what you think this is down in the comments.
That made me change my mind and agree more with you guys.
It looks like maybe hairless torso with two.
Yeah. Okay.
Skinny arms, getting up in a very unnatural way. Maybe it's an animal, maybe. So, open house. Reddit user / realtor Sandra is recording a tour of a 1960s bungalow-style home to show prospective buyers. Sandra's filming at night in order to showcase the house's interior lighting. But it's starting to get a bit late at the creepy little cottage, and things are about to get weird.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this beautiful vintage 1962. Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this vintage 1963 bungalow.
What the fuck?
Go ahead, do it again. You're on camera. Open this door. Go ahead, open this door. Open this door like you did the other one. Come on, just move the glass or something. again. Not scared.
Holy, that scared me.
A door suddenly swings open on its own.
Okay, what's everyone thinking?
Go back slightly.
So,
Hold on.
first things first, I saw a shadow of the person that opened the door. You see it very
That's why I
briefly.
was asking. That's why I was saying go back like a little bit before
Yeah.
the door moves. I want to see if there's a shadow.
Okay, let's.
But like clearly,
You can see
like,
it very, very briefly.
like clearly.
And also,
like,
what kind of fucking real estate agent does this at 10 o'clock at night and does not leave the front door open as a safety?
I will say that the painting.
That was her hand.
No, you can see it in the door.
I don't know.
And then you
Also,
can
I
see
don't
it
know
in
if
the
you
door,
guys-
and then on top of her shadow, when she moves her hand, you can see it briefly move. And then here, she doesn't even, like, she worries about the door and not who's hiding around the corner of the door. Because I'd be checking my corners.
I don't know if I saw the shadow on the door. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right spot. I'm watching her shadow here now.
Watching the crack under the door, looking for something.
I do like how she immediately went from realtor to paranormal agent. I do think that's kind of suspect. As well as the decor also makes me want to buy into the story.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but if you watch the picture that you did your mouse around,
Yeah.
the face got dark right before the door opened. Which was weird to me.
I mean, a haunted bungalow does sound like something I would purchase.
I will say Spirit Halloween does sell photos that changes, and
Yeah.
they're like $10, so keep that in mind.
That's true.
Spirit Halloween is also where I got the hot dog mug. Go figure.
Hell yeah. I love Spirit Halloween.
Me too.
I can't wait till we start this season. I'm so excited.
I spent too much money.
Dude, don't even tell me about it, because I'm the store manager at one of them, and like literally all of my paychecks just go back to Spirit Halloween because of how much I spend there.
Do you get discounts at least?
30% off, and then at the end of our season we get, like, depending on how much, it's like 25 plus our 30% off, and then we have like our very end of season sale that's just like 75% off plus our 30% off, which ends up being like 85% off.
I gotta like have you buy me stuff and
Yeah,
Venmo
what the
you.
fuck?
Do it.
Okay, so let's watch her
I'll buy it.
shadows. So we see her shadow here.
Shadow.
We're
Yeah.
still a little far from the door opening. Giving her little press conference.
I think it's about to be like right now. Oh, I still don't see a shadow.
Hers is here. So the only thing that I can't tell is she adjusts forward a little bit and you can kind of see a shadow right here move. But I think that's just her moving. I can't tell.
See the shadow.
Let me grab husband, because he's the one that showed me this video and pointed it out the first time. Hold on.
I mean, I just can't tell because, like, it's naturally getting darker, right? And it starts right here, so the light is out on the hallway. So that starts fading down. She walks in front of it so you can see it getting darker.
Wait. I just saw it. I just seen it. Go back. Right there. You can see the shadow. As soon as she starts moving out of frame, you can see the shadow go back against that door.
Right here?
Down. Right there.
Oh, look right here.
Yeah, you can see it kind of move out.
Yeah, I guess I
But
can
then
kind
you
of
see
see
her
that.
move out of frame.
Okay, so then if we got a shadow there, because it did seem like she just naturally went into like paranormal mode, where if this was just like a one-time occurrence,
I would be like,
you'd be like, what the fuck?
I would look for someone.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Like I said, I'd be checking my corners, and she doesn't check that right corner when she goes through that door.
And
which is weird.
The other obvious thing to me, there's two ones. If there isn't someone else in the house, look how shaved down this is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the door could just.
The deadbolt is missing also.
Yeah, so you're talking like a small wind could just open it. All of the doors. Yeah, all the doors in this house are wide open, and I couldn't tell if the windows were or not. But like, I mean, we're talking one window or one like gust of wind, and everything's gonna open. Like that looks like that's cracked, or it's covered, and that looks like that's potentially open. So.
Also, I would not be there alone at night.
Fuck
10 o'clock at night making a fucking video, yeah.
Fuck no.
And like if you notice, like if you ever go like apartment searching or whatever, the like people that show you the apartment, they're the closest ones to the doors all the time.
Yeah.
It's a safety thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this, it's you can very easily set off a smoke detector and take it off and throw it.
I'm trying to see if I can find one of those haunted photographs that looks like the one that's on the wall.
Well, yeah, the smoke alarm thing doesn't even alarm me. Knee slapper humor.
Notice how she doesn't show the top half of that door too.
No, it doesn't.
They probably.
Oh, I hear the hubby.
Yeah, he's not going through the mic though. I just heard.
He's going off.
That's the other thing too, is that I know this sounds weird to say, but that doesn't look like it naturally falls either. It looks like it's dropped.
Look, somebody threw it.
And what are the odds? Like, tell me the odds of it perfectly falling right when she walks down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
or somebody stood on a ladder or something.
Exactly. She perfectly frames it to be out of frame so you can't see where it's at on the top of the ceiling.
Exactly.
And then it falls down right when she's walking up. Like,
exactly. Coinky-dink.
Very fake.
Somebody went to school for film and ended up having to be a real estate agent and is trying to goof us. I'm not being played by it. All right, let's move on to the next one. Uh-oh, I see a roller coaster.
Had enough and just gets out of there. Some sides of fate experience final time. Gustavo Alacares from Mazatlan, Mexico is celebrating his 10th birthday with his family in a small amusement park. After gathering his courage, the young boy goes on a roller coaster for the very first time. A total of 8 people get on the roller coaster, all Gustavo's family. His proud mother sits in the front and records a video of Gustavo's first roller coaster ride. But her camera catches something that Gustavo and his family simply can't explain. Something truly chilling.
Sí, son 5 o 6 vueltas.
¿Vieron el colín? Ay. Ay, aquí donde va, me da miedo.
You see, none of Gustavo's family got in the last cart on the roller coaster, and it's empty for most of the ride. But during the second lap, someone or something seems to appear out of thin air. The figure is hardly noticeable at first, but then it seems to transform into a solid person, seemingly wearing all black and sitting all alone. Now, the roller coaster has not stopped a single time to allow for a person to get on or off. So just who or what is this? Now, what makes this capture even creepier is that years ago, 2 people lost their lives on a larger roller coaster that stood on the same land. After the tragic accident, that roller coaster was condemned and dismantled. It was replaced by this smaller, safer, family-friendly ride. So could this be the spirit of one of the victims of the older roller coaster accident? Are they doomed to loop this track over and over? Let me know what you think.
All right, what do you guys think?
Okay, so this looks deep enough that somebody could duck under and they wouldn't be seen for a bit.
I was trying to decide if I thought that because at one point you can kind of see how big the cart that these guys are in is.
Yeah, it looks pretty deep.
So I watched this one a couple
I don't
times.
know.
The first time I saw it, you know what I think it is? I think that if we were to replay the whole thing, which I don't want to do because it's kind of a long one,
Yeah.
right when that appears is right where the ride ends. So I think in true carnival fashion, I think the ride attendant for their last lap or whatever jumped in there to be funny, because you see that at carnival rides all the time and it really isn't moving that fast.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the kid's having a good time for sure, but there's a point where he looks back and I think he notices it and he starts cheesing and everyone else looks back right when the guy's on there and he's like, oh shit, he actually did it.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I see that.
Like, to me, that's like, because that ride's not super
Regardless, I feel
exciting.
Regardless, I feel like him looking back and seeing someone that wasn't there before, he would have been like, how did that person get on here?
Yeah. Unless he told him that, like,
So he was
I'll
gonna
hop
do
on
it.
there, yeah. That's what I think, because I have a hard time believing, because that would be really
That's
good
true,
paranormal evidence if it was something ghostly
No, because
related.
those like, I want to say traveling carnivals, like those really like not safe carnival ones, they like don't go very fast.
No.
So it would be possible for somebody to just jump in it if they wanted to.
I saw a TikTok where one of the, it's at Lagoon. I don't know if Summer might know what ride it is. You know the ride that's over by the Colossus where you get in and it's the music and you just like go around kind of
Music
in a weird
Express.
Yeah. So I saw a video of a ride attendant standing up, unbuckled, just like knows exactly the motion of the ride, and he was just going around in the circles. Like,
that's terrifying.
Super terrifying. It was definitely at like a carnival setting, not at Lagoon. But
okay, good, because I was like, if that were to happen at Lagoon and he fell, he would not be alive.
No, definitely some carnival thing, but same type of ride. And so that just makes me like, if you sat there for enough summers doing the same ride over and over, you're gonna fuck around.
Sorry.
I mean, it's kind of the same as like when people that are like in construction and like know something's not safe and they still do something dumb with a forklift or like
construction is the best example you could have used.
Seriously, like every time I've been in like a setting where I have to be around like big equipment, like all the videos that they show is examples of things not to do that people have done. Well, someone was dumb enough to do it, so
if there's a dumb
it's like
sign,
that one meme of like it only takes 18 turns to unhook your shovel thing. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah. But like, anytime you see a dumb sign, you're like, oh, no shit. It's because someone
Yeah.
fucking did it and they had to put up a sign for it. Like,
Yeah, how many times did that happen that they had to put a sign up?
yeah.
We have the same kind of ride here too, like as your Music Express one. Ours is called the Matterhorn, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What
But
theme park do
it's
you
like
guys have
this-
up there?
We have one that used to be a Six Flags, but now it's just called Elitch Gardens. And then we have a smaller, sketchier, older one called Lakeside, which is right by where I live.
Nice.
Yeah, Lagoon's actually a pretty cool theme park, but it's the only thing in Utah we got that's that kind of level.
Not a theme park, Wes. It's an amusement park.
Amusement park, shit, my bad.
Theme park is like Disneyland.
I wasn't
That's
gonna
true.
say anything. I was like, I mean, I was also like, I don't know. Lagoon could be a theme park. I don't know.
No, it's not.
Amusement. It does bring amusement. All right, let's see
It
what this
does.
next one is.
Son. A group of friends at a high school in Japan hear crying coming from the restroom during their lunch break. Now in Japan, there's a famous legend of a girl named Hanako-san. This young girl's spirit is said to haunt restrooms in schools across Japan. The group moves in, all of them a bit hesitant to investigate the source of the creepy sound. Needless to say, it did not go well. The girls are just about to leave until they suddenly hear a loud bang and go back for a look. The horrifying, distorted face of a young girl can be seen inside one of the restroom stalls. The group runs in fear, and the video cuts. Now, unfortunately, there's no source to be found for this video. It appeared on the internet as mysteriously as the Japanese legend. So did the girls capture evidence of Hanako-san? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
Probably that.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good build up. I was on board for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, that poor girl.
Oh yeah, she's
Because
gonna.
how long does she have to sit in that bathroom?
Yeah.
Also, what the hell are they toilets?
They're like that in Japan.
They're like squatty potties.
Yeah, they're like that in India too. But
That's
when I was in
weird.
Japan, there were ones like that, and then there's the Western style ones that have the bidets on them. But
Oh yeah.
there are a lot of the squat ones too.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I was watching the whole thing, and like they did a really good job at being able to hide like the cuts as well as
Yeah.
like the takeaways. So I think we all kind of agree that it's probably pretty easily faked. The only thing that's
Oh, yeah.
creepy to me is like, obviously, oh, if this loads, I think I pause it right where I want it. I want to see the face.
I mean, the face is creepy. Her eye looks rotated
That's
wrong.
creepy. That's a creepy pause, Wes.
Yeah. So like my biggest thing with this is like,
Are they okay? So my question is like, are they bullies and they just bullied the shit out of this girl, or like
that's what I
is
want to
she
know. Because like
just a friend and they did like prosthetic on her?
that's the only thing that's
And painted
holding
her
me
face?
back from like this being 100% fake is,
Yeah.
or at least 100% not paranormal, is like this is pretty, like even editing, like you could definitely edit it pretty easily and Photoshop it, but like the way that they built the story is that like they had someone hiding in there because they pulled away so they could like either crawl under the door, crawl out of the door, move the door, whatever. And then when they went back, the door was open again, and now there's this girl in here. But this is like pretty odd. You know?
Yeah. Creepy, for sure.
And in true paranormal fashion, there's no follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like this, her face almost looks like warped, like it's been edited, like photoshopped almost.
Yeah. Because there's like
this doesn't
blurry
look-
sections.
Yeah.
And where did her hair go right here?
Yeah, exactly. Like unless she has bangs, but we don't know that for sure.
Well, even if she does have bangs, like why would it cut down and
Cut
like it
there,
just doesn't
and then be
make
blurry
sense.
right there. Yeah.
And
no, that makes sense.
And her head right here, like it naturally wouldn't just like have a 90-degree angle. You know, like it looks like it's cut.
I mean, I guess it kind of just goes down to like perspective too, like of the camera angle and stuff. Where she's sitting.
Maybe I'm seeing it different on my side versus like the stream side, because there's a defined line down the screen here. Let me try and highlight it. Like right here, I'm not gonna be able to go straight down. That's also a different color.
See that? Where they've like, it looks like they've almost masked it.
Yeah,
to make her look like gray.
Yeah, so like this side was her natural face, and then they just put this over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kudos to them. I mean, it's a good video. I like it, but it's yeah.
But also tell me why my first immediate thought was they said that bathroom, and then I said, so The Grudge?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do you guys want to do one or two more? We're at 57 minutes right now.
Down for one or two. It doesn't
Two,
matter.
yeah.
Okay.
However long you want to
go. The group elaborate hoax. You decide.
Elaborate hoax, especially where they zoom in.
Jason Barber from Salisbury, North Carolina comes home from work and he gets the unexpected scare of a lifetime.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
Get snake? Holy shit.
That's not okay.
It's definitely a snake.
That's scary for sure.
Yeah, I would have acted the same way.
But scary.
What kind of snake is it,
Angry
though?
snake is hiding around the edges of Jason's front door and lunges out in an attempt to bite him. Luckily for Jason, the bite was a miss, and the snake is actually a non-poisonous black rat snake. But something to be learned from this. If you walk up and your cat is just staring at the door and...
Who knew Summer the reptile?
I have a picture of me with my snake that I used to have, but...
Nice. Is that a kitty?
Yeah, this cat's like, fuck around, dude.
Oh my god.
The cat's literally just like...
Testing hell nah.
He's like, bro, don't do it. I'm telling you.
Are we just getting another snake video?
Maybe. Yeah. What was it? Where is it?
The couple pulls out an old step stool and is shocked to find a large snake hiding under a box right in front of it. They make a run for it with their puppy following close behind. But the puppy is not gonna let the snake have his toy. So he just runs back in and yoinks it away. Snake or not, nothing is getting his favorite toy.
That's
While
really
you were
funny.
sleeping, it's 3 in the morning in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Jorge Cruz and his family are all fast asleep in bed. Suddenly, their bedroom door slams shut. Now, Jorge is woken up by the sound, but doesn't think much of it and goes back to sleep. But the next day, he begins to wonder what could have caused the door to slam. He checks their baby monitor footage, and what he finds makes his blood run cold.
Beat that.
What? Nope. Nope.
loud banging can be heard before the bedroom door slams shut. Then a dark shadow-like figure can be seen creeping up the bottom of the baby's crib, seemingly watching the child sleep. The dark mass seems to reach over toward the child, even moving around a stuffed animal. Then it simply disappears into thin air. Jorge says that he feels the entity might be a dark presence in his home. So did the family capture a paranormal entity on camera? Let me know what you think.
I'm trying to see if there's a string on the animal, but it's hard to tell.
Take a
The
look.
question is why didn't the parents do anything? Because I know for a fact if that was my kids and something like that happened with my kids, I'd be on that shit with my fucking Glock or some shit like that. Because
Well, it sounds like it may, at least what they told us, it sounds like they didn't see it on the baby monitor till the next day.
Yeah.
But hard to say, but yeah.
So I do like to point out that there was some sort of orb here too.
True.
Right? Orb comes up from the baby.
Yeah.
Don't know what that's about. I'm trying to fast forward so we can get to... I don't know
It's
what...
like playing the same thing over and over again.
Now there we go.
Paranormal?
Maybe.
Okay, so we're talking
I'm
string,
looking
maybe.
for a string that might be like wrapped around the crib in a way that someone that's not in the shot could pull on it.
Only problem is unless there's
You can
room
almost see
back
a shadow too, like on the left, like where that chair is.
Here.
Maybe.
You see whatever this is, like, massing more over the ledge, and then that's when it's... I will say that that already kind of looked weird.
The shadow part itself looks like an edit, but the toy moving, I can't see how it's moving.
Yeah.
I think the whole toy might be potentially fake. I know that's weird to say, but I want to see when it actually moves, what it looks like. And it's going, it's just...
It almost doesn't look... Yeah, you're right. It almost looks like it shouldn't be there.
Nothing else moves.
Except for that.
Did you see
Like
that?
when it
Oh, that was
touches the
weird.
blanket, it touches the... I guess... I can't tell if it's blurring or if the
It
blanket is
glitches.
moving.
Watch right here, one. What's that?
There.
Yeah, it's definitely edited.
Yeah.
Also, the baby's blanket doesn't move at all.
Yeah.
Like the whole time we were watching it the first time, I was looking for the baby's blanket to move.
Yeah.
See, shit like this makes me angry because why the fuck would you involve your kid in something like this?
Yeah, it freaks me out. I don't
Especially
know why people...
like even pretending like there's like a dark entity could invite something in and you wouldn't know.
Not only that, but I just think it's weird to involve babies and stuff.
Like your baby, yeah.
You're like
wow,
Raven,
we're
gonna use you for a bait.
Yeah, like my daughter, she would absolutely love to do something like this. But that's because she wants to do it.
Yeah.
And she knows, like, you know, my whole family loves Halloween. She's weird like that. You know, we're all weird like that.
It's not weird to like Halloween. It's the shit.
Hey, according to society, it's weird.
I don't think
you shouldn't be as
anymore.
obsessed with Halloween, you know?
I mean, if I could zoom in on my bookshelf over there, it is all Halloween related. We love our spooky stuff.
I want to say there's like a little shadow, like on the corner, like where the chair is too. Like as soon as the black mask goes away.
I think the other thing that's super unrealistic that we didn't even mention is like in the video,
makes his blood
Well, no, in the video, the door slams really loud and there's footsteps. That baby doesn't even flinch.
It
Yeah.
doesn't do anything, yeah. I mean, that could take into effect too, because, you know, like, when you have, I don't know if any of you have kids, but when you have kids, doctors are like, oh yeah, you know, vacuum your apartment, do loud noises so your child doesn't wake up to the slightest noise, you know? That could have an effect into that, was why the baby didn't flinch.
Yeah.
Or
I
anything
do
like that.
feel
Good
like
point.
I've been around people's babies that can sleep through seemingly anything.
Okay.
Yeah, me. I sleep through literally anything.
I can't sleep.
If
through
you
it.
ask my husband, he tells me he's like he thinks that I'm dead sometimes because of how heavy I sleep.
All right, let's knock out one more and then call it, because I try to keep these under an hour, but it's okay if we go over. I think we're hour and
Let's
6.
go.
All right, let's knock this out.
Gone wrong. A realtor from Ladson, South Carolina is giving a tour of a brand new luxury apartment to an interested couple. Then it goes terribly wrong.
It helps something.
Oh my god.
So this will sleep. Oh. Yeah, that would help me actually.
All apartments look like this nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be squatting.
Is that closet?
That's washer dryer hookups.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, sorry, I kicked you. Like, there's a
Fucking
person
called
in there.
it.
There's a person in here?
Yeah.
Hello?
Notice how the real estate agent or the apartment lady, the leasing consultant, stayed by the door the whole time.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The woman touring the apartment heads alone into the back bedroom and checks out the closet. But surprise, because there's just some weird dude hiding in there. Understandably, she kind of freaks out and runs out of the room and warns the others.
Yo, that's just Ryan. He's just fucking chilling, bro. What's the
realtor
problem?
is shocked, and after checking out the bedroom, so it seems odd that a squatter could even get in there.
Dude, squatters are real
So,
good.
My question is number one, we saw the real estate agent or the leasing agent or whoever she was staying by the door the whole time. Number two, there was a person in the freaking closet who was wearing an Under Armour sweatshirt.
Right.
Number three, why was that front door locked when that lady tried to get out, the one that was filming?
Well, that's
And
true.
number four, if I was showing an apartment to somebody and there was somebody in the unit that I was showing, I would have more urgency than the other lady did.
Yeah, it is kind of suspicious.
Yeah, definitely sus.
I don't know if. I don't know. It seems like maybe someone who works at the apartment place is like
a maintenance guy.
Yeah, he's like,
Took a nap?
there's a new apartment that
Yeah.
exactly. I was like, maybe he's gonna go. He took a nap during his lunch break or something.
Dude, I know some motherfuckers
That's
who will
funny.
do some crazy shit just to not work for the day, so you might not be wrong.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's funny.
Yeah, that's
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go clean the new apartment.
yeah, it takes
Before they get
taking a
here.
nap.
it takes 3 hours
Goddamn,
nap and just
that's
vacuums.
funny.
All right, let's do one more because that wasn't really paranormal.
I feel like the next one was a
Away
tunnel,
in the
so it's
countryside
probably
of
gonna be
Chillicothe,
creepier.
Ohio, is the
Crybaby
Schrader
tunnel.
Road Tunnel. Built underneath a set of railroad tracks in 1927, the old road tunnel is said to be extremely haunted. The story goes that long ago a woman was carrying her baby while walking along the train tracks late at night. The two were hit by an oncoming train. It is said that her ghost and the ghost of her baby haunt the Schrader Road Tunnel. Many people who have traveled through the tunnel report that they have seen the ghostly figure of a woman holding her baby. Others report hearing odd, unexplained wails and moans. Because of this, locals started referring to the Schrader Tunnel by a very different and much creepier name, the Crybaby Tunnel. So, Levi Woodruff is intrigued by the spooky stories and sets out to explore the Crybaby Tunnel late one night. As you might imagine, it did not go well.
So I've been down in here in a place called Crybaby's Tunnel. It's a place.
Literal dick on the wall.
And they say she got hit on the tracks with her baby, or
oh no,
her body was dumped right there in the creek down here. There's something dead right there. No, there's something dead right there.
Censor it, I want to see.
A dead deer. It's a dead deer. I've been out here forever trying to get stuff done. This place is spooky. Is anybody out there? Hello? Right. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
In the pitch black darkness of the tunnel with no...
I mean, it sucks.
Okay, so
Go ahead, sorry.
no, you're fine. That's very depressing. I think I'm gonna say the same thing that Wes was gonna say. That kind of crying sounds very generic.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't exactly remember if they said where they were. But depending on where they are, there are animals that can mimic crying babies.
Well, I was even gonna go down the route of saying that just sounds like dude went and put like his other cell phone or a speaker and just because like I caught a video on one of these a long time ago where I legit saw the speaker turned on in the video and I was like, oh, oops. and those sounded like very generic, just baby crying and like
also him running away and just being like, oh hell no. I'm like, you sound too chill, man. That sounds fake.
Yeah, he wasn't as panicked as you would think he would be.
He should have been, yeah.
Yeah, that.
But everyone deals with stuff differently,
especially if you know that you're going somewhere potentially haunted, and that if you've had experiences before, like maybe you don't run away right away if it's something that you have experienced in the past.
One thing I've learned from horror movies too is like, don't say stupid shit, I guess. That's not how I want to explain that. Don't ask if somebody is there unless you're willing to expect an answer.
Well, not only that, but I've talked about this quite a bit with the whole, when you are building up the anticipation of going somewhere that is supposedly haunted and then you finally get there, you're already on edge. You're already at like max capacity, adrenaline's going, like your nerves are on, and you're not going to function the same way you would just day to day because you're expecting something scary. So then when something does happen, you immediately think it's paranormal and you immediately have a crazy reaction. So like maybe I don't know. If it is an animal, maybe that was his reaction.
Yeah, and I think that could also play back into what we were talking about the last video, is the pareidolia.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's, I don't know, it's an interesting video. I love like little areas like this that, the taggers get to and make it all crazy looking, and then there's some sort of paranormal story. But I will mention though, he did say, which this does give me credibility that maybe he isn't faking this, is somewhere when he was looking at this dead deer, he says something along the lines of, I've been here so many times to finally see something. So, and when when I hear that, that immediately gives the person more credibility in my eyes, because it's the people who go out
and trying over and over and over.
Yeah, like the people who go out for one time and they see something, it's like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Like, if paranormal happened at that often of occurrence, unless it's something that we can't explain and there needs to be circuits for energy, I don't want to get into that side of it. You know, it just, the odds of there always being something when you just happen to be there are so slim. So slim. But I don't know. With the deer, and there could be a baby. The baby noises sound just so generic to me.
Yeah, they do. They almost also sound more clear than he does.
Yeah. Which means it could be edited.
Yeah.
But
it sucks because I thought it
edited in, but
I thought about doing
I think it could be fake.
Yeah, I think so too. I thought about doing a counter like channel where I go out and like I don't I don't say that it's me. I just pretend to be someone else and make fake paranormal videos just to prove how people could fake it. Yeah, because like I did a couple times on like streams where I showed how easy it is to fake like paranormal pictures just with like 3D art on your computers. Yep. But like there's so many ways to fake paranormal videos, and all you need is a grainy ass camera and a creepy place, and it's a gold mine.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, we had some interesting videos on this one. I mean,
I mean, there were definitely some creepy ones, even if they weren't paranormal. Like that dude chasing that dude in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
What, in like Voldemort?
Last time we saw that guy whose van got broken into.
Yeah.
While he was sleeping too. Like, but also like he purposefully stayed somewhere sketchy.
Yeah. So I mean,
he's like, oh no, this happened to my van. I'm like, well, why you literally stop?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. And then this one, I think we're all agreeing that this one's fake. This one's creepy, and if it is not someone who is jumping on there, then I don't know. But with that being said, let's close it out for this session. Thank you, Summer and KJ, for hanging out and going through some videos with me. And
thank you for having us.
Of course. And we will be back with another episode sometime in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.
Bye.